Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're painting these press-ons for one of my clients. They are a dark romance medieval kind of vibe. And we're kicking things off with one of my favorite new products from the D-Gel Black Label collection. This is shade Steel Noir. I love this shade. It is a dark, very, does what it says on the tin, very steel colored magnet gel. So I'm kicking things off on this set by laying down all the magnet gels I'm going to be using and first demagnetizing the layer and then flash curing it into place before popping it in for a full cure. And then I'm going to be using some silver chrome, and under my silver chrome I like a gray base, so I'm layering that on as well. Then going in with our second coats here, this is Steel Noir in its second coat, and this is the coat where I will be magnetizing it. So I'm just applying a healthy layer and then getting at my magnet and kind of getting that glitter into shape how I want it. This is such a reflective, beautiful shade that creates so much depth. And that's why I was excited to use it in this set because I feel like it adds to it perfectly. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the second coats on all my other magnet gel, magnetizing the second layer and then flash curing in between before sticking them into the light for a full cure. But I'm showing you a lot of magnetization today because it's just so magical and I love it so much. I do feel like a little wizard while I'm doing it. And yeah, look at this shade. That D-Gel collection is so good. Now over that lighter magnet gel, I am applying a sheer red. You can use whatever sheer red you have. I have intentions of layering over top of this later on to darken it up. So it is a little bit lighter than I'd like at the moment, but it will darken up later on. Now I am layering this over the magnet gel that I chose because it'll give it more of a glow. I didn't really want a sparkle cat eye underneath this shade. I wanted more of a glow as if it was like this jewel, and you can kind of see it as I shift the tips around. I'm grabbing more of that light colored magnet gel that I used on those nails in the beginning. I'm just making a circle to kind of create an orb. I'm going to follow my regular routine here with the magnet gel. I'm going to demagnetize, flash cure, and then on the second coat I will magnetize. Over the gray, I'm just laying down my favorite non-wipe for chrome. You can use whatever you have on hand that you like the best, and getting that ready for chroming after, and then going in with a second coat once fully cured on that little orb. With this set, there's going to be a lot of layering and there's going to be a lot of jumping around, so I'm going to do my best to explain in a reasonable amount of time what I'm doing, but you'll see it likely repeated again. I am going to be doing a lot of isolated chrome, so I'm using my Nail Thoughts Clear Builder base and applying that onto all the nails where I will be doing the isolated chrome. Once you give that a really good wipe with alcohol after, it works perfectly as a base for isolated chrome. Chrome won't stick to it, which is amazing. Now just wiping those nails off. I wipe them twice. I go around with one little what's this called? Lint-free wipe. And I wipe them and then I go in with another one just to make sure that there's no sticky residue left behind because that's what chrome will stick to. So I'm just going around and doing that. And then applying silver chrome to those gray nails that I have had applied the non-wipe to. It just gives it a clean effect. Some people like to apply white, some people like to apply black underneath. I'm going to be layering over top of this. I could have done black underneath, but I will be layering over top of this with more product down the line. So nice gray base is good for me. And then I'm just grabbing some of my Cocos Accessory Bond. This is my favorite product for doing slightly textured or raised isolated chrome, and I like it in black because then the chrome really stands out on top. And I'm just kind of creating a spiked situation around this orb. It's going to create this like kind of staff thing you'll see in the end. This, as well as a few other nails, are heavily inspired by Fairy Aura Nails on Instagram, so I will link their account down below if you want to check out their profile. They do beautiful tutorials. But I'm recreating this kind of staff orb situation. And once you apply the chrome, that's when it'll really start to come to life. And I am going to be working in layers when I'm applying chrome, so with this nail as well. I'm going to put down the base layer. Lots of the time, once it's cured, I'll apply chrome, and then I'll add more of this Cocos Accessory Bond, and then add more chrome as well. Now with this Cocos Accessory Bond, I've been working with it for a long time, and I do find the best application method is giving it a full 60-second cure before you apply the chrome. I know everyone has their like little, I don't know, methods that they follow, sometimes a 20-second cure, 30-second cure, but I do find with this product a 60-second cure really works before applying the chrome, and then you get a really good shine out of it. So just going back in and adding some more detailing with the accessory bond before I apply any chrome to this nail. And then jumping over to this little pinky, I'm applying more of that same accessory bond, and I'm just drawing a moon and some stars. Now keep in mind that this is a thicker gel, so it does leave some texture. If that's not what you're after, then I would definitely use something thinner, like just a regular non-white painting gel. But I do like some texture, and especially in this kind of vibe, being a little bit more of a medieval kind of dark romance kind of vibe, I think a little bit of texture is nice. And I know my client also feels that way. She likes a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of fun stuff, a little bit of nuance. So just mapping out tiny little stars here. I'm using a fine brush before sticking this in for a full cure. Now you do want to be careful. You don't want to go too thick with this gel because it is black. It has the chance of not fully curing all the way through. So you definitely still want to work in thinner layers. But oh my god, look how beautiful that is. And then I'm just going to add a few more details in with the same accessory bond, just going over top. By working in layers with this product, you really get a nice layered effect when you apply the chrome. It's so satisfying just watching it apply to life, and you can, or apply to life, come to life. And you can see the chrome isn't sticking to the base, which is the Nail Thoughts Clear Builder base. It really does the trick. Now just going over and applying some more of that accessory bond. I believe the accessory bond comes in white and clear as well, but I've only ever used the black and it's amazing. I always have at least a jar of it on hand. Now I also love working chrome on chrome because you actually don't have to worry about any cross-contamination. I mean, this time I'm working with silver on silver, but if you were, say, painting this star here that I'm creating in gold, the gold wouldn't stick to the silver, which is awesome. So if you are ever doing kind of chrome isolation and you get the opportunity to do it on top of chrome, it makes your life honestly a lot easier. And then I'm just going to draw a heart here on this nail. Again, you want to keep in mind that filling it in, it is going to be textured, but for this vibe, that totally works. But I am definitely working in a bit of a thinner layer because I don't want this to have any uncured gel beneath it. And it is going to be like a Sacred Heart type of vibe, so I am just drawing flames coming up the top. And then once that's in for a cure, I'm moving on to the next nail. So again, this is another nail very much inspired by Fairy Aura nails. We're drawing a sword or a dagger, whatever you think, a short sword, onto this nail. Just kind of mapping out the shape loosely before filling everything in. And again, we will be working in layers for this chrome work. So I'm first just kind of getting the shape done, filling it in before curing it, and then we'll go back in with more detailing afterwards. Just applying the chrome to that heart, and you can see it really come to life once the chrome's on. Adding some more detailing, like a little lip just under the flame there, and then I'm doing some kind of barbed wire-ish looking things going across the heart. So now that the short sword is all chromed up, now I'm just going in and doing some detailing on top of it. And this will just give it a lot more depth by doing the detailing after we've already applied the chrome. So lots of layering in this set. This set did take, I want to say, probably about 2.5 hours to do. I actually did it over multiple days, but yeah. It did take a while, and that's mostly because of the layering. I'm just mapping out some swirly designs because, you know, you can't have a dark romance set without some swirls. I feel like applying the silver chrome on top of the black makes it look like so much less of an intense design. I feel like sometimes when I'm painting in the black, I'm like, oh, is this too aggressive? But once you chrome it, it feels a lot more cohesive. On this thumb here, I'm just painting out a shield. Start with this kind of like 3-pointed top shield, and then it was feeling too much like a duck foot. So I added 2 more points onto the side, which I think made it feel a lot better. But same as the heart, I'm going to be filling this in entirely and then going back and doing more details afterwards. So you can see it definitely on this one, the texture that's within, by using that type of accessory bond as your chrome base. This product, the accessory bond though, is actually great too if you wanted to do some detailing. Say you wanted a smooth shield as the base, you could paint in a more smooth gel, so whatever non-white situation you like, and then you could use this type of product for your outlining, because that would add a bit of texture in that way by giving it kind of some definition around the edges. And I'm going to do dots all the way around the shield, so by using this product you would get a bit more texture, a bit more 3D element while you had a smooth base. Now again, because this is more of like a medieval reference, I like not smooth hammered base is totally suitable, and then we are going to be doing some designs across the top, so you don't notice it as much anyways, but it is fitting given the design that we're after today. Now I'm going to be using a sheer base. This is Licorice by Nail Thoughts. This is a sheer black builder base, and I'm going to be using this on most of the nails. So when you're applying this on top of chrome detailing, it can kind of settle in, and this is another reason why I wanted to use a more textured 3D gel, because it'll settle it in around the edges and make things look a little bit more aged, like dirt has had a chance to settle into all the grooves. So not only do I like it for that, but like I was saying about the red, how I wanted the red to be a little bit darker, I'm going to be applying this gel over top of the red nails as well, and that's going to deepen things up a bit. Now, say you're satisfied with your base color, you didn't want to change that at all, you could also just apply a sheer black over the chrome work and just let it settle into all the grooves there. But like I said, I wanted a bit of a darker base and I wanted things to feel a little bit more tied together, so I'm applying this over the entire nail. Now I'm not going to do every single nail, because with the D gel, so the nail to the left there, I love the color that it is, and I didn't want to change any of that because I really wanted it to shine clear in its true form. So I left those nails out of that. I didn't alter those in any way. I'm just creating like a bit of a frame here that I'm going to chrome over as well. And it's similar to the nail we saw on the last hand, except for this one will be in the center of the nail versus being all around the outside. But again, just using some of that sheer black, and you can even kind of pat it into where the 3D is, so it really settles, like an extra amount of gel settles into all the like grooves. And then I'm just going to create another little red orb kind of situation here with my magnet, but instead of layering it because it's so small, I'm just going to do one layer of the magnet gel, and then once that's cured, then I'll pop the red on top. Now once I've got that kind of orb all situated, not orb, sorry, that frame all situated, and I've layered enough chrome and I'm satisfied with it, I am going over it with the black before I continue, because I want the black to again seep into all the crevices of the chrome there, but then I want to put that D-Gel Steel Noir shade on top, and I want it to shine kind of, like I was saying, its true color, so then I'll fill that in afterwards. So I'm just taking my brush right from the bottle and dabbing a bit of that Steel Noir. And then I'm grabbing my liner brush and I'm just moving that product around. I'm trying to get it closer to the edges of the frame without actually going over anything. So I am being a little bit precise with this. But at the same time, it is like an organic kind of shape on the nail. So I'm not too fussed too much. But I do want to try and fill in as much of the frame as possible. And then I am just doing one layer of the magnet gel this time because we have a pretty solid base of silver underneath. And I am just magnetizing that and getting it to really reflect and be pretty shiny. And once I'm happy with that, I will give it a flash cure before sending it into the light for a full cure. And then I'm just starting to top coat things. I'm using my Jinbei Crazy Top Soft and just giving this a good coat. I like to have a designated gel to use with chrome products or glitter products, and this is it currently in my drawer. This is what I'm using. So I'm just applying a healthy layer to all of the nails there, working one nail at a time so nothing shifts around too much before popping them in for a cure. And here we have it. Here is the finished set, still on the nail stands. See such gorgeous shine, and you get that glow of the red. Rather than being like a true cat eye, it really just glows as if it's some like gem. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you like to see me work on press-ons, let me know, because I definitely would love to do more in the future. And I will catch you guys in the next video.